Hi, I'm your host Taku Takaizumi. Welcome to the right place. Here broadcasts original insights into cultures, social issues, and stories. Today's episode is about Japanese tattoos and how actual decorations can be more than just decorations. Decorations of humans can be classified whether direct to skins or indirect to skins, and whether temporal or permanent. Tattoos, unlike clothing, are direct to the skin. Unlike makeup, they are semi-permanent. One of the major functions of human decorations is to display who they are, jobs, social status, identity, and so on. A uniform and badges in the modern military show the person's job and ranks. This function has much more important in this era. Another basic function of clothes is protections from heat, cold, and insects. The female party dress is fun to see for me, and mosquitoes also love it, but because of different reasons. The decoration skills could be found all over the world. Tattoo is a form of body modification made by inserting ink, dyes, and or pigments into the dermis layer of the skin to form a design. The etymology of tattoos comes from Tahiti. In the 18th century, Captain Cook introduced the Tahiti word tatau into the West. Tattoos, as one of the human decorations, are to display who they are in many cases in human societies. For example, in Maori in the South Pacific, only leaders and authorities were allowed to have facial tattoos. The globally known tattoo in Japan is Horimono. It is applied by hand using wooden handles and metal needles attached via silk thread. It is a painful and time-consuming process practiced by a limited number of specialists known as horishi. Horimono is applied to the client's back, arms, hips, etc. Horimono is seen as decorative and take the entire body as one coherent canvas. Other widely known tattoos, Melanesian tattoos, are composed of similar patterned motifs in general. Different from them, Horimono highlights a specific existence. Favored motifs were powerful existence like a dragon, a tiger, samurais in history, and characters in Chinese historic novels like Romance of the Three Kingdoms, Water Magic. These Chinese novels and their popularity had impacted ukiyo-e painters before that. Horimono was invented in the 18th century in the Edo period. At first, the ukiyo-e paintings booms arrived, which famously known caused Japonism in European art. It produced the designs of Horimono, especially among artisans and laborers, and even gangs. Horimono became very popular. In the process of modernization, the Japanese government tried to ban them because these things were uncivilized. However, these attempts failed to stop the tattoo art. Although the Meiji government prohibited it, this was not applied to foreigners, because Europeans had been fascinated with the exotic visuality since the Edo period. Tattoo artists set up shops for foreign sailors. The sailors brought them back to their countries, then globally known. As notable clients, Prince George in England, Prince Nicholas in Russia, and Princess Georgios in Greece had Horimono during their visit. Japan's legal prohibition against tattoos was completely ended in 1948 after World War II and the US occupation. In contemporary Japan, some young people love to have Western-style tattoos. However, the majority thinks tattoos are basically for antisocial groups like Yakuza. I think few job interviewers love to see tattoos in job interviews, especially in white-collar jobs in interviews. On the other hand, Japanese tattoos are trend abroad again. Tattoo artists come to Japan to learn it. Moreover, anime characters like Dragon Ball Goku have now globally become tattoo designs. Ariana Grande, a superstar singer and songwriter, have an anime tattoo. The Spirited Away main character is depicted on her arm. I am sure that there are her fans who have Ariana tattoos. The point in common is between traditional tattoos and anime tattoos that powerful existence are favored as designs. The powerfulness and the existence are made of people's beliefs and practice of these tattooing. Why have powerful existences being favored as specific motifs? Tattoos for protection could be the reason. Because powerful existences are on their skins, their bodies could be protected. Actually, before tattoos became a popular art, people had tattoos for protecting themselves. A Chinese historic record in the 3rd century told that fishers in Japan had tattoos for protecting themselves with magical power. The Ainu people, the native people of Hokkaido in Japan and around, had tattoos too. The Ainu attribute healing and protective functions to tattoos. They have been connected with Japanese genetically, economically, culturally. For all-time artisans, laborers, and their bodies' physical abilities are necessary and basic resources for doing their jobs. A person now could be a good merchant or general without a hand. That is a good thing, but it is hard for carpenters and fishermen in all times. Their bodies need to be protected. People in the Marquesas Islands in the South Pacific Ocean are, at least were, conscious of the function. Different from the modern conception of the body, they thought their canoes, weapons, were parts of their body. When their canoes were hurt, they felt they were hurt too. Patterns tattooed were depicted on their bodies, canoes, and weapons. One of the major motifs is etua, meaning young god. The major function of the crosses is protection from heat, cold, insects, and so on. Even though the difference of direct skins or not, tattoos can work for protecting themselves like crosses. Just like an army needs bulletproofs. In this episode, I have spoken about Japanese tattoos and their function. Decorations can be more than decorations. Art can be more than just art. In the last episode, I told songs are parts of our lives. In this episode, now I say tattoos can be for protections, a part of our survival. Thanks for listening. See you next episode. Please make a donation of any amount to support my channel. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, Please make a donation of any amount to support my channel.